For generations you've slept.
Okay, wait, sorry, give me a second. Add element 1 and 2, there and there. More immersive, right?
No purpose. No call to wake you.
Well, as always, interruption. Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today marks the start of my journey through the Warframe questline. So, I'd like to think that most gamers heard of it at this point. I mean, it's from 2013, so yes, no, maybe. Before I get to play though, the cinematic offers me a glimpse into the setting. The Grineer, one of the game's factions, are ravaging through the solar system and doing your typical bad guy stuff. You know, killing, plundering, burning houses. I don't know who this girl is, by the way, but after coming up on this clearly ancient structure, she finds petrified warframes? Or Tenno? Both names seem to apply thus far. I suppose it's easy enough to guess, but these three are the starting characters that you get to choose from. The first one is Excalibur, which translates to mandatory sword guy, geared towards melee combat and usage of, well, swords. Oh, and yeah, there is combat pets in this game. Love to see it. And that was the easy one. Then we have Mag, who can do, magnet stuff. I don't know, catching bullets? Yeah, magnets I guess. But pulling these dudes? Childish thoughts. Feels more like manipulating gravity or using the force, but what do I know? So, I don't know, support? Crowd control? Also that thing? Yeah, you can fly later on. And then there is Volt, who seems somewhat underrepresented in this opening cinematic. The name is kinda self-explanatory though. Disciple of Thor and geared towards movement while also having a shield? I'd like to say support, but you know what, I give up. I'm not qualified enough to classify stuff or even try to. I know I'm kinda destroying the hard work of the people who made it, so let me say this much. The production value is ridiculous, it's incredibly well thought out and choreographed, and trust me, it hurts to cut it up like this. So to honor the people involved, I will put all the cinematics, cutscenes, etc. that I have into a separate video, linked below.
Then they left. Wake up, Tenno. Wake up.
Okay, time to... wait. Disable. Okay, time to pick. That is so very different from what I remember. Holy shit. This screen allows you to read through all the details and make an informed decision. Volt, I really want the taser, sorry. For all the abilities. Now, I made that decision seem easy, but it's not. You will get your chance to play the other two later down the line, and all of them are a ton of fun to play. It's just that, when I started playing the game many years ago, I picked Mag. Later, after they changed how the story begins, I had a chance to play that, with Excalibur. And well, now it's Volt time. And yes, you heard that right, the trend continues. I already had my 10-year anniversary in this game a while ago and put way more hours than I can justify into it, and I regret nothing. I just love this game. But one thing had to be done for the sake of this and future videos. You see, this is not the account I have been using for all those years. Because you can replay most of the quests, but there is a few of them that change parts of the map, or rather the whole thing in one specific case. They change the types of enemies you encounter and the events that can happen. While it also appears that at least one quest cannot be replayed at all. For obvious reasons though, as you'll see at some point. And for all intents and purposes, I want this video series to be as close as possible to anyone's first playthrough, so new account and back to the start. One thing I already realized though is that things are not gonna be that easy. There is elements that somehow carried over from the other profile, probably when I copied the settings file, but I'm certain some of them are not my fault. Why is it snowing? Why is it Christmas? Most of these are rather inconsequential little details, while others might be spoilers, so I will do my best to cover up or cut those. But without further ado, let's see this part play out. I should have looked at the passives as well, oops. Or not. When will I learn to mute Steam notifications when recording? I'm just waiting for the day when a message pops up or someone starts a voice call. And you know somebody's gonna try now. On this part I know.
I see the Lotus has tried to wake you.
At this time I'm not doing so hot since, I mean, I've just woken up, right?
Oh?
This genetic oddity is Captain Vor, the first antagonist. He puts a monitor or something on my leg and leaves. Why? I don't know, but thanks for the chance to escape. That's a classic.
We are taking this one with us.
So, it would also appear that we were marked for execution by someone higher up. Spoiler, but he is not the head honcho, so capturing me is insubordination. I'm gonna report that to whoever is in charge. Yeah, you're one to talk. You are not reporting anything.
Wait, he has done stuff like that before?
Oh, don't even get me started on what he did to... Hey, yo! Shush! Wrong game, y'all! Back to your own videos. Sorry, little guy.
It's okay.
Sorry for that. The past haunts me. But let's get out of that place.
What has he done to you? I can't lose another Tenno. I'm surging your Warframe's power systems.
With a little power boost from Space Mom, Lotus, I can go straight to the settings since this is unusable. Stop. Okay, the controls are all out of whack. The sensitivity is ever so slightly too high. This is before I copied the settings, by the way, so the FOV is also kinda weird to me, and who knows what else is different. That's probably closer. Oh yeah, that's a lot closer, but still... And now it's time to begin the tutorial. Quest thing. First thing I get to learn is my abilities, specifically the first one, which in this case electrocutes the target and others around it. And since it's for learning, you can use it for free for the first few seconds. After that it uses energy, which is that blue bar and number in the bottom right. The next minutes give all the classic hints all games do, like how to sprint, jump, etc. But more importantly, I get my first weapon, and for all weapon slots you get to pick from two options. Here it is either a skana, a light and fast sword, or a bow. And no, not that thing that shoots arrows. It's a staff, meaning it's slower but hits a bit harder, which is more useful against armor. For me it's the pole, since whacking people with a stick is fun, and I also get a chance to test it, all the while complaining about the settings, as usual. It's still way too fast though. Now on to how to loot crates, open passages, crouch, slide and so on. Knock knock.
There's a cache of weapons ahead. Grab what you can.
Knock knock. Sounds so violent. Leading to the next weapon cache that provides my first secondary weapon. That's conflicting. Here my choice makes a bigger difference than before. I can either pick up kunai, which are the assassin's weapon of choice, meaning they are completely silent but take a bit of time to reach their target and have bullet drop. Bullet drop? Sure. Or stop it, bad Mediaahh. I changed my mind. Or I can take the Lato, which I don't have to explain a pistol, do I? High damage, high range, rapid fire. And very loud, so no stealth, for now at least. Just know that it can be done. The quest now goes on to more movement options like wall climbing, which I kinda skipped, oops, and bullet jumps. And here is the mandatory interruption when I really like something. When I play this game, I rarely sprint long distances or wall climb by mangling my spacebar. For me, the only true way of movement is the bullet jump, which also mangles the spacebar, often in combination with aim glides and double jumps. When you practice that, it becomes incredibly accurate and very fast, outpacing sprinting in most cases. I also rarely crouch, instead I slide around like my life depends on it. If it wasn't obvious enough at this point, this game is about movement, and boy do I ever take that to heart. But I also have a habit of doing something that is a mix of sliding and sprinting for short distances. I don't even know what to call this abhorrence. Skidding maybe? And while I kinda wanted to go along with the movement options it teaches you, muscle memory took over almost immediately and, well, bullet jumps galore it is. With all that being said, sorry in advance, because that's just how I play, and while it is not that big a deal in the tutorial quest, it might make watching just as nauseating and confusing as the tactical zoom did in Supreme Commander, so sorry. Why would I do a stealth kill on this? Yeah, what the hell? Who would implement something like that? And no, I didn't turn around to try it out. What the fuck? Oh. Oh, for yeah, did I mention that the jumping part of the bullet jump deals damage to nearby things? That can open crates, damage or even kill enemies, or squash unsuspecting critters. Oh. Look, who would implement that? Thanks for the attention to detail, but what the yeah, oops.
Why have you not reported it?
Oh, for why? So you press the spacebar a lot when playing, right? especially when you use the movement options. May I throw a complaint out there? If you press a button during a cutscene, it asks you if you want to skip. The default selection for that prompt is yes, so if you are mid-movement, let's say a double jump, you bring up the dialogue and confirm it. Thank you very much. And yes, I know it's to quickly skip stuff on repeat runs, okay? I just wanted something to complain about. This guy again. So this is my first sorta boss battle. It shows some of the old man's attack patterns and abilities, but don't worry, it's quite easy and you only have to make it through his shield before it teleports away.
My decrepit heart is pounding. This one is stronger than the rest. Lock the area down. This Tenno is mine.
I wonder what the cinematic would have been. You know what? Let's see what that cutscene was, cause it's a relevant plot point.
You not reported in.
You made it. There's the extraction ship.
Huh. There was the extraction ship.
The Queen wants to destroy you, but
Oh, boy.
I need to know more.
The game is stuttering like crazy. And finally we get a primary weapon. As mentioned before, I have a choice. Either I go down the stealth path with the Paris, I don't have to explain a bow I think, or I take up the Breton, a full auto rifle that is for people who don't care about the noise floor or being spotted, which just like the pistol has options to make it stealth. Since I want to have the option to go stealth without using melee only, I chose the Paris, and I regret it ever since.
You know what?
How about... Whoops. Shitting Christ, this poor wildlife. But see, my main weapon on the other profile is in fact also a bow, one which I will not show you for spoiler reasons, but suffice to say it handles so drastically different that my aim with this one is best described as horrendous.
Whoops.
Oops indeed. Well, here is what I was supposed to learn here.
Stealth, yes, I see.
Another classic, red barrels go boom.
Mistakes are being made left and right, that's for sure.
And that whole part about my aim will probably stay like that for a while.
Where the f are these going?
And I can only partly blame the settings.
Interesting. That's really slow.
What do I mean slow? Hacking consoles is a minigame that depending on the faction you're hacking looks and works a bit different but is on a time limit and scales with difficulty. This however is painfully slow. I mean, it's a tutorial, I get it, but you might just get killed at that speed. Although, my previous mishap makes me think that you cannot actually die in this one. I don't think you can even take health damage.
Stop touching me, you... What? Are my senses deceiving me? Operator, is that you?
Meet Ordis, a character that has been so annoying over the years that he got his own volume slider in the settings so you can have him not give you tinnitus. Which funnily enough will also mute him during cutscenes. And yes, that means I unmuted him, because I really learned to love this little shit during the story. And maybe you will too, at some point when I get there. This ship he is in charge of is called the Lisette, whatever. It's the same model ship that War shot down earlier.
The operator is in danger? I will need a few moments to cycle the engines.
Stop talking, do it. I hate this bow.
Oh lord, it's surprising I even managed to hit stuff at all.
You know what? I locked you. Cycle the engines or break them. Seems to be a weird middle ground there. That does not sound good.
It's easy to tell from the previous interactions alone, there is a shared history here and I very much look forward to bringing that to you. And this was the very first quest in Warframe. Hope you liked it and stay tuned for the next one. Bye! Why is it Christmas in here?